What? You're the tour guide.
There's a guy behind us. I'm embarrassed. Should I call 911? No phone. Hello?
Your service is disconnected.
Bro. 10 out of 10.
You're a 10 out of 10, baby.
Girl.
You are. Should have tried it.
Yeah, Eldon's gonna do a taste test and he never drinks wine.
So there's. Yeah, the elevator goes all the way to the third.
Yeah, right. You like it or no?
Not that bad.
It literally feels like we're in Denmark right now, like a complete different country. Go to a doctor, go to the ER, just make sure everything's okay because you don't want to risk it. If it's a stroke or a blood clot, like the worst can literally happen and you could be gone in a second. And I know that's really dark to say, but it's true and it's so scary. The doctor suggested me to follow up with a neurologist. So Eldon was calling like 12 different places. Hey y'all, welcome back. We are going on a little road trip. I'm so excited because I haven't been out of the house in a few weeks. It has been such a rough month for us. Oh my god, I know my last video was like completely different vibes. It was so positive and I was so excited for sharing my whole new tattoo journey with you guys. But we were hit with some unexpected life obstacles, so we've been kind of going through it for the last couple of weeks, but I'm finally feeling better, so I'm so happy to be out and breathing fresh air. We're along the coastline right now. It's so pretty. All the vibes, mama. So long. My parents took us here back in 2014, I think, years ago. And my parents also took us here when we were little kids, so it's been a long time. Solvang is known for all their bakeries. We're gonna go check some out right now and see what's good.
What's good?
Today's a cheat day for me. They're also known for their wineries here. We can do a little wine tasting. I feel like we came at the perfect time with golden hour peeking through the trees. First stop. That scared me. I thought he was real. Wow. So many goodies. First item I got is a cheese Danish. Yum. And then this is what Eldiana got. What is it?
Just a little cookie with, I think, walnut and a chocolate.
Dark chocolate?
Yep.
Little vegan moment.
Just a tiny snack.
I'm not a big fan of like jams and like sweet stuff on it. So this is probably like the most less sweet option, but it looks bussin'. Yum. That's good. It's kind of salty actually.
That used to be my fave.
This is good. Yum, I like it because it's salty. Shit.
Hi, I watch your videos. I just recognized you. Can I take a picture of you?
Yeah, of course. Aw, she's so sweet. Bro. 10 out of 10.
You're a 10 out of 10, baby.
Girl.
You are.
I wish you could try this.
It's okay. So cute, baby.
I'm gonna be full. I would take this home.
Do you want one more? Or probably not for your diet.
Oh my god, I would drive up to get another one of those.
Oh, I think that tower. I think the tower there is ringing. And then we have this one. Taking photos of tiny flowers.
We're testing out the new 14 Pro lens.
All about the angles.
This is cabbage, isn't it?
Lettuce. Look at that ass though.
Okay, we're trying to get a thumbnail.
Go in and make a call.
Should I call 911? No phone. Hello?
Your service is disconnected.
Can you take a photo of me here? It's very quiet and super peaceful. Like, it's just so serene. Eldon actually found a place for us to go eat. How cute.
What? You're the tour guide.
There's a guy behind us. I'm embarrassed. Okay, so we made it to dinner. It's a very early dinner. It's actually like lunch for me. I don't eat dinner when the light is out. But it's called
First and Oak.
Mirabel.
Nope.
Oh.
First and Oak. That's the hotel's name.
Would you like to show the sign?
Yeah. And this is a Michelin rated restaurant, so it's supposed to be very good.
Cute. It's like I'm going to somebody's house. I got a little salad, and then we got some Brussels sprouts, which look bussin'. And then I got a little red wine. He let me taste two of them, and then we went with this one. I don't remember what it's called, but it's pretty good. Delish.
All of it?
Mm-hmm. Damn. That looks bussin'. Got a little steak moment, and then Alden got a mushroom risotto. Looks bomb.
Can't wait to eat some of that steak.
Yeah, right.
But I mean, how could I eat all the time here working, getting fed with you? Absolutely. I mean, take your first class, the iced tea, and we'll get started.
This is bomb. The food is so good. Should have tried it.
Yeah, Alden's gonna do a taste test, and he never drinks wine.
So there's... Yeah, the elevator goes all the way to the third.
Yeah, right. You like
It's
it or no?
actually not that bad.
10 out of 10. Pretty bomb.
If there's a quick one,
Now what?
follows the elevator down.
Get the bell.
Yeah.
Look how pretty it is at nighttime. It literally feels like we're in Denmark right now. Like a complete different country. It's so cute. We definitely have to come back, huh?
Definitely. How about
So
next week?
cute. I mean, honestly, I'm down. And dinner was so good. The service was amazing. Our server was so nice, so kind, and he had such good recommendations for us.
The food was amazing.
The food was amazing. It's so dark right now, so I think I'll catch up with you guys when we get home. show you guys all of our roses blooming right now. It is so beautiful. We literally have like every single color blossoming right now. We have the lilacs, the pinks. Oh my gosh. This one's like a pink with yellow in the center. And then look at these ones hitting the sunlight right now. There's even a peachy coral one over here. Has like a hint of orange. And then we have these beautiful yellow ones. This is like a little cute bud about to blossom. Wow. Beautiful. Hey y'all, I'm just getting all my veggies prepared and chopped up to meal prep. And I figured now would be a good time to catch up with you guys. It's actually the next night now. I was so tired when we got home last night. It's only like an hour and a half drive from us without any traffic. So Solvang isn't that far, but it's definitely a must go day trip if you guys are in Southern California. It's not too far from LA, but if you're from Orange County, it's going to be a bit of a drive. So you could definitely do like a night trip or like a day and one night trip there. I would say it's worth it. It was so cute. And overall, just a fun thing to do with like your family, your loved ones, your kids. I feel like it was just a fun little vibe, a little escape from LA. But yeah, the weather was perfect. And I would honestly love to go back again really soon. Anyway, for those of you guys that don't follow me on Instagram, if you don't, then you should. That's where I'm pretty much majority of the time. If I'm a little MIA here on YouTube, I'm definitely on Instagram. But as of the last 2 weeks, I was completely ghosting because I was just going through it. I feel like you guys are so far away. Let me bring you in a little closer. Okay, so about 2 weeks ago, I started experiencing the worst migraines I've ever experienced in my entire life. It started out actually the day I tattooed Jesus, which again, I posted on Instagram, but it kind of came and went that day. I came home and started feeling a little better. And then I started feeling it really, really heavily around 4 in the morning. And that lasted the entire next day and the entire next night. And I literally couldn't even get out of bed. It was so debilitating. And I couldn't even talk because the vibration in my voice was making it 10 times worse. So with Eldon, I was like kind of whispering in a way. And I really don't want to be dramatic because I was like, it's just a migraine. Maybe I'll be able to sleep it off after tonight. And it was already the entire day, the entire night, still was excruciating pain. I've had migraines in the past, mostly from like being caffeine deprived because I drink coffee every single day. So if I miss a day, I definitely feel it, mama. But even though it's like really painful, I'm able to usually sleep it off or fix it by just having a cup of coffee. But this was completely different. Even though I had no appetite, I didn't want to drink coffee, I didn't want to eat, I didn't want to do anything. Like literally just stay in the black room and try to sleep, but I couldn't sleep because I was experiencing so much pain. Eldon made me a double shot espresso just straight up, just to see if that would help, like almost like medicate me in a way, because I feel like caffeine is like crack. For those that are addicted, there is nothing that I am addicted to in my life except for caffeine. And I could stop if I really, really wanted to. Like, I'm that type of person where I can literally drop anything at any given moment if I wanted to, which I don't because I love coffee. But physically, I can't because my body is so used to getting 1 cup of coffee every single day. That's where I cap it. I only do 1 cup a day. But that is enough to get your body physically addicted to it. So anyway, long story short, I was miserable for that whole day, that whole night, and then woke up the next day and my symptoms escalated even worse. So on top of the nonstop excruciating migraine, I started getting like, it literally felt like a screwdriver drilling in my brain, like an electric one. And I can't even explain to you guys like I definitely take feeling good for granted, and I feel like we all do, because until you experience it, you know, you just feel so grateful for your health and just feeling good. And it is crazy because, like I said, I've never experienced this in my entire life. So I was experiencing the migraine, but every 10 minutes, it would be 3 to 5 second intervals of just straight drilling. And I like literally, I would like absorb all the pain like this in the intervals, and I'm like squeezing my eyes tight and I'm like trying to breathe through it. And it's so, I know this might sound dramatic, but I'm telling you, it was like my head was going to explode right off of my body. And I felt like that from the day before, but even worse, because it was like, I can't even explain how excruciating it was. Like, I just was so miserable. I felt like I was going to die. And I was like, there's definitely something wrong, because even though I've experienced migraines, I've never experienced this. And that's when I was like, okay, something is definitely wrong. And at this point, I think I need to go to urgent care or the ER. I waited it out a few more hours because at that point I had zero sleep because I was just in so much agony that I couldn't sleep. And I was like, let me try at least get like 2 hours of sleep. That way, when I go to urgent care, at least I have like some rest, because I knew I was gonna be there for a while. So I waited till the later afternoon, and we were there for like 5 hours just waiting until we could be seen. It was on a Saturday, I think. So they were like short-staffed, but also there was a lot of people ahead of me. All the noises, the bright lights, the people, everything happening and going on in the waiting room was just making me so much worse. So I ended up going in the car and just laying down and waiting in there the whole time. And shout out to Eldon, because he waited inside until it was basically my turn, and then he texted me to come back in. And oh my god. So I was finally seen, and they said that they couldn't give me an IV because they didn't have the nurse on staff or something for that. So they gave me 2 injections and a bunch of pills. It was like Benadryl and just like ibuprofen, stuff like that. But it actually did kick in, and it worked a couple hours later. The next day or so, I just had kind of like a headache, which was manageable. I was able to finally get up and eat and just kind of still take it easy, not doing anything crazy, but at least I wasn't stuck in bed. Like, I was bedridden already at that point for like 2 or 3 days, and I was just going crazy. Like, just the fact that I'm always doing something when I'm at home, cleaning, organizing, working, doing emails, editing, anything. I always have something to do. And then on top of that, I'm also meal prepping, and that takes a lot of time. It was honestly just so mentally draining because I knew I had a lot of things to do, but I couldn't. But anyway, the symptoms were just weird all week. Like, it would come and go. I would have a headache most of the time. And then it started feeling really like fuzzy. And just, I felt really dazed and confused. And at one point, one of the days, I felt like I had bugs crawling in my brain all day. And I was like, what the heck? Like, it was just like itchy and like antsy and like gave me like anxiety. Like, it was just so weird. Oh, and also I forgot to mention that in the meantime, the doctor suggested me to follow up with a neurologist. So Eldon was calling like 12 different places, as many places he can find in our surrounding cities. And you guys know specialists never have appointments. So he was calling outside cities and just to see whoever could take me the soonest. And we finally got one a week later. But honestly, I think I want to get a second opinion, and I wanted to ask you guys if any of you have gone through this. Sorry, it's hard for me to like do 2 things at once, especially when I'm like talking about something. I'm trying to think of what I need to say. But I went to the neurologist, and he did like a physical exam on me, and he told me that if it was stroke related or a tumor or something in my brain, that I wouldn't be responding to the physical assessment the way that I was. So he's like, there's no need for additional tests or scans, which I'm a hypochondriac. I always think the worst. So I kind of want to get tests or scans just to be safe and just to like rule anything out. And he didn't do any of that. So should I get a second opinion? Because I was getting so many messages from you guys, which by the way, thank you so much for all of your guys's super, super sweet messages over the past week. I literally felt the volume of so much love, and I can't tell you guys how much it means to me. And I just want to say thank you so much for just checking up on me. You guys are messaging Eldon and even Laura, who told me she was getting messages. But a lot of you guys were actually telling me about your experiences with different migraines and things that happen and emergencies and appointments and all that. And majority of you were saying that I should get checked up by a neurologist, but also get multiple opinions, because you just never know at the end of the day. So I'm just kind of wondering if any of you guys have gone through something similar, and if you think that I should just trust his judgment and be like, okay, everything's fine, don't worry about it. Because I have been feeling much better. It's been about 2 weeks now, and I feel completely better now. So it could have been just a one-off thing, which I'm praying and hoping it was. Obviously, I never ever want to go through that again. I wish nobody could ever go through what I went through. Like, it's kind of like you don't know what you have till it's gone, and it's literally that. I didn't realize what I had until I couldn't use it. Like, my brain, I felt like I couldn't even use it for 3 days straight. And that is the worst feeling in the world. Like, you just feel helpless. So yeah, I don't know. Also, I forgot to mention that the neurologist said it's most likely stress-induced, lack of sleep. And that week I was literally getting like no sleep. Every single day I was sleeping 2 to 3 hours tops for like a week straight. And you guys know I have major sleeping disorders. I'm nocturnal. When I do sleep, sometimes I sleep a few hours a night. Sometimes I'll stay up for 2 days straight. Sometimes I sleep for 9 hours straight. Like, it's literally so unpredictable. It's just my body has such a hard time with quality sleep. So I was doing the sleep studies, which didn't do anything for me. So I think I definitely want to look into seeing another doctor for it. He also said it's pretty common for younger women to experience migraines around this time from pressure changes and climate and weather and all that. So I don't know. I'm hoping that it was a mixture of all of that just kind of set me overboard. But at the same time, it's like you can't help but to worry and think the worst. So I just want to make sure that everything is completely fine. And he did give me some medication. He said it's very effective and it works super quick. It'll kick in within the hour and I won't have to go to ER or anything like that. And he said if it does come back, then come back and then he'll do the additional screening and test. But I don't know, do I want to wait till then or just hope and pray that it doesn't come back? So I'm just like stuck in this mental rut right now, on top of a lot of other personal things that Eldon and I have been going through behind the scenes with our Frenchies and just business and life, you know? So I think honestly, my brain was just an overdrive, and I do stress out really easily. Unfortunately, I feel like that's 95% of the world. I will say, even though it sucked not being able to work or do anything, it was nice to kind of give my brain and my eyes a break. I stayed off all my screens for a few days for the most part. I mean, I was texting here and there, but yeah, it was rough. Do not take your health for granted. And if anything does happen like this to you, just go see a doctor. When I first mentioned it on Instagram, a lot of you guys are like, don't risk it. Go to a doctor, go to the ER, just make sure everything's okay, because you don't want to risk it if it's a stroke or a blood clot. Like, the worst can literally happen and you could be gone in a second. And I know that's really dark to say, but it's true, and it's so scary. And I think that's what made it worse, is just me worrying and being so scared about what was going on and not knowing. This video, I actually wanted to show you guys all of the tattoos that I was working on that I did mention in my last video. If you guys haven't watched that, I'll link it here so you can go catch up. But I will work on that video and post that one next. I've definitely missed going on trips and bringing you guys along with us. So this was like a breath of fresh air, especially after everything that we've gone through in the last couple of weeks. Like, Eldon was right there with me going through it. We really needed that yesterday, and it was so nice. Such a fun getaway, perfect weather, perfect day. As you guys saw, we went in the late afternoon, so we didn't get there till golden hour, but I thought it was perfect. Like, we could have gone a little earlier, but honestly, we got to do what we wanted to do, just kind of have a kickback, chill afternoon and evening. Definitely much needed, but I will be back with another video very soon. Thank you again for all the kind messages. You guys are literally the best. I will see you guys soon. I love you. Bye.